Hey everybody, it's Ian Wrestling here, and before we start this video, make sure that you subscribe, click that like button, and I just have an announcement. I've received 5 subscribers, which is pretty great. I mean, it's not awesome, but it's pretty good considering I only made this page, this account a couple days ago. It's pretty good that I'm becoming noticed more. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you if you subscribed, and thank you so much if you liked it. It means a lot to me to know people like my videos. This is my Smackdown June 24th, 2011 review. Okay, so the opening segment is Teddy Long comes out and talks about the controversy involved with the World Heavyweight title match on Sunday. Christian comes to the ring. Slightly mixed pop, but mostly booing. Christian rants about how he deserves another title shot. A replay is showing the parent capital punishment. Teddy recognizes that the foot was under the rope, but says that the ref's decision is final. Christian keeps talking about how he deserves another shot. Draws some decent heat. After some debate, Teddy says that Christian needs to earn his next title shot in a #1 contenders match against, wait for it, Kane. Christian used some pretty good heat during this segment. It was a decent opening tonight. I'd give this segment a 7. I really wasn't looking forward to the Kane Christian match because Kane is not good anymore. Just gonna say that. And it just didn't. It seemed fitting of its main event status, but it just wasn't a main event match, and the matches before that were just phenomenal. But pretty much the first half of this night was. But we'll talk about this later. Alright, the next segment of the night is Sin Cara versus Ted DiBiase. Now I have a lot written down on this paper, a lot, but I'm only going to do some of the things that I think were important. Ted DiBiase is getting better heat from the crowd during his entrance. I'm glad he's drawing better heat. The match starts with some chain wrestling between the two. Sin Cara is a flying crossbody to DiBiase at ringside. Sin Cara goes for a springboard move off the ropes, countered by DiBiase for a huge dropkick, probably the most exciting move of the match so far. A close second to the La Mystica at the end of the match, but talk about that later. Some transitional wrestling into a final characterization by DiBiase, countered by Sin Cara into the pin. At this point, the crowd is really into it, chanting Sin Cara's name. Sin Cara pumps up the crowd some more, lands a combination kick into a Hurricane Rana, begins gaining a lot more momentum, lands a springboard handstand elbow to DiBiase. Sin Cara pumps up the crowd yet again. Cara, I don't know how to say his name, I'm sorry. Cara jumps off the top rope in what was probably the only below average looking part of the match, lands directly in DiBiase's arms. DiBiase hits a big spinebuster into a near fall. Sin Cara hits his finisher, the one that he botched at over the limit. I believe it's called the La Mystica. This was a great match. I'd give it a 9 out of 10 on a weekly show scale. Pay-per-view scale was about 7 out of 10. A From the Vault Divas filler match. I'm not reviewing it because I didn't watch it. Alright, Daniel Bryan versus Cody Rhodes. I have a lot for this one. And I wrote all this. This took me like an hour. So I'm going to read all of it. Okay? Cody Rhodes gives a promo, draws some great heat from the crowd, does the bag bit, standard stuff. Now, here's the fun part. Daniel Bryan interrupts Cody. And Daniel Bryan hasn't had mic time in ever. He interrupts Cody and, get this, delivers a good promo. Like the kind of promo that Daniel Bryan delivered on Michael Cole on the first season of NXT. That good of a promo. Sorry, it's getting good. He gets a big pop from the crowd at the end. The match begins with some chain grappling, standard stuff. Daniel Bryan does an arm throw to Rhodes, follows up with another, but misses his third. Cody Rhodes goes for a roll-up. Bryan countered into a Peterson-type pin near fall. And if you don't know what a Peterson is, you might not because you don't wrestle. I wrestle. It's when they hook the head and they hook the leg, and there's like their upper back is sitting on on the opponent's torso, and they're squeezing the head and the leg together to get the shoulder on the mat. You guys can probably assume what that is. Even if you didn't, it doesn't matter because it was in the fall. Cody does a unique near fall, countered into a standing inverted butterfly rock type move. The two separate. After some ducking and leapfrogging, Bryan hits a drop kick while Cody Rhodes is on the rebound from an Irish whip into the ropes. Cody rolls out of the ring, begins throwing a tantrum. As Cody is staring down Bryan from ringside, DiBiase comes down and begins talking about it. When the match returns from a commercial break, Rhodes and Bryan are back in the ring. Cody Rhodes throws Bryan outside of the ring. DiBiase attacks him while the ref is holding Rhodes back. Rhodes blocks. I'm sorry. I wrote something weird in here. Rhodes exits the ring and begins to dominate Bryan outside. Rhodes throws Bryan back into the ring. Basic stuff for a little bit. Cody throws Bryan into a turnbuckle into a clothesline. Cody covers Bryan into another near fall. Rhodes dominates some more. Daniel counters, but then is shot down with a Russian leg sweep by Rhodes. Rhodes continues to dominate Bryan. Another near fall. Bryan counters, but is yet again shot down. Rhodes locks in a submission that slightly resembles the bell lock. I think there's a name for it, but I forget it. Bryan hits a clothesline from an Irish whip rebound. Bryan begins to dominate. Bryan hits a Frankensteiner on Rhodes from the top turnbuckle into a near fall. Bryan hits a signature body kick combo. Bryan almost gets the bell lock, but is thrown off by Rhodes. Bryan gets a roll-up near fall off of an Irish whip rebound. Bryan goes for another pin, but is countered into a near fall. Rhodes and Bryan collide off of the rope rebound. The two trade punches. Rhodes whips Bryan into the ropes. DiBiase pulls his ankle. Rhodes tries to capitalize on the distraction, but is countered into a body kick. Bryan then suicide dives onto DiBiase. As Bryan is coming back into the ring, Rhodes hits the beautiful disaster springboard kick. Bryan's leg is tied up in the ropes. Rhodes begins to stomp him, but is then stopped by the ref. Bryan frees his leg, but Rhodes connects with yet another beautiful disaster. Rhodes connects with the crossroads to end the match. After the match, Rhodes puts a bag on Bryan's head. This was a very good segment. I'd give the match and the promos a 7 out of 10. Following that, I think there was some video packages promoting Raw, and then Johnny Curtis does a backstage promo. Nothing special to say about it. I am going to say that I think Johnny Curtis is going to be a pretty good mid-carder, just because of his unique gimmick that he's going to have. Matt Striker interviews Big Show backstage. They show the video package promoting Mark Henry. Mark Henry attacks Big Show while he's talking. Personally, I don't like this rivalry at all, and I feel that the WWE is spending too much time in it. This segment gets a 4 out of 10. Ezekiel Jackson versus Wade Barrett. Barrett attacks Jackson as he enters the ring. Barrett dominates for a little before sliding deep into the ring. The ref babies Zeke a little bit, make sure that he gets to his feet before he starts the match. Barrett dominates for a little, hits a wrist trap neck breaker. Zeke counters a strike and begins to build some momentum, but Zeke is soon shot down by a big boot and big clothesline from the corner by Barrett. Barrett covers Jackson into another near fall. Barrett locks in a chin lock submission. Zeke escapes, but is stopped again by Barrett when he delivers a sidewalk slam into a near fall. Barrett begins to dominate. At this point, I just want the match to end. I like Barrett, but they have no chemistry. Him and Big Zeke have no chemistry. Another cover by Barrett, and then another kick out. Zeke hits the Book of Ezekiel and Barrett out of nowhere. Zeke begins to gain some serious momentum with a series of clotheslines. Barrett rolls out of the ring after being hit with a turnbuckle clothesline. At this point, I'm more into the match. I didn't want it to continue, but it was tolerable. As Zeke exits the ring, Barrett hits a big boot. Barrett slides Zeke back into the ring, goes for the waistland, but he's countered into the torture rack. Ezekiel Jackson retains his title. This match wasn't very good at all. These two do not have good chemistry, and I sincerely hope that their rivalry is over and that Barrett is bumped into the world title picture. This match gets a 5 out of 10. Randy Orton does backstage interview segment with Jack Corpella. That's how you say his name? I don't know. This segment was short and to the point, which is good. There isn't any other things that I have to say about the segment. This gets a 6 out of 10 for Randy Orton being short and sweet. Wade Barrett is walking backstage, holding his torso, disappointment in his facial expression. He runs into Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater, and we all found out why Barrett did the talking when the Core and the Old Nexus were around. This segment gets a 5 out of 10, but only because Barrett saved it. Well, he saved what he could. The man's only human. The Usos versus Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater. Heath Slater defeats Jimmy Uso with a roll-up from the counter. I didn't really enjoy this match too much. This match gets a 5 out of 10. Jinder Mahal versus Yoshitatsu. The match never officially started. Mahal comes in, dominates Tatsu for a while, and well, not a while, maybe like 15-20 seconds. Then he hits the full Nelson Slam finisher thing. Kali throws Yoshi outside of the ring, and Mahal performs a promo. It was a very good promo. He has some decent mic skills. Unfortunately, he drew virtually no heat from the crowd that I could see or hear. I'm not going to rate the match, but the promo gets a 7 out of 10. And the main event of the evening. Well, I guess it could be considered the co-main event. Kane dominates Christian in the corner for a little bit as the match gets started. Christian begins to gain a little bit of momentum, but is stopped again, and Kane dominates more. Christian slides under Kane and hits a throat thrust, but Kane isn't stopped for long. He merely wipes off his mouth and connects with a throat thrust of his own, which drops Christian. Kane gets up. Oh wait, sorry. Kane goes for an elbow drop, but Christian rolls out of harm's way. Kane gets up, throws Christian into the corner, and hits a clothesline. Christian steps on the apron and connects with 2 complete shots on the ropes to Kane to drop him. Christian then connects with the missile dropkick to Kane. Christian goes for the cover, but only gets a 1 count. Christian dominates for a bit. Kane goes for a military press drop. Christian counters, and Kane falls outside of the ring after missing a clothesline. Christian hits a really sloppy-looking spear to the point where I didn't even know what it was supposed to be. So I kind of thought it was a spear, and I'm running out of time, so we're just going to quick move on. Mark Henry, after Kane connects with the diving clothesline, Mark Henry interferes and Kane wins via DQ. Teddy Long comes out and announces that Christian won a shot at the title if he and Mark Henry can beat Randy Orton and Kane in a tag match. Mark Henry, World's Strongest, slams Randy Orton to earn the pin. Christian and Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship at Money in the Bank 2011. Thank you guys for watching. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do pro and con. The pros with this edition of Smackdown was that it had a lot of wrestling ability, but and the cons were that there wasn't enough backstage segments that delivered. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. and check out any channels or links that I put in the description. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Ian?